They make up row 8 and row 9. Graf Racing were in the mix yesterday and made the podium. The 53 into Europol, Ligier.
It's all about learning, gathering that information, understanding the multi.
By Rinaldi, lead in LMP3. The HRT number 7, the hands of Martin Conrad, has taken the lead in GT. So it's a change in 2 of the 3 classes as we got the 53 into Europol car on the inside of the 8 from Graf Racing. The highlighter car, if you like, ahead of the tricolour car.
Yeah.
So it is lead, a battle eventually won by MV2S. Back out into the race is the number 11 car. They'll be some way down the field.
Yeah, there goes the Graf car coming off of the final corner, looking to try and get back onto the up in contention.
And meanwhile, by the way, in GT, it is still the number 77 car. In the hands now of the bronze driver Satoshi Yoshino. Stefano Constantini still aboard the AF Corsa Ferrari, but it's Nicky Katzberg taking up the fight and taking up the chase. This is the lead battle.
Oh.
Constantini looking for a way past the Japanese bronze ranked driver, and was having none of that, was he?
No.
That was well defended by Yoshino-san.
Yeah.
Where's Nicky Katzberg? Not far out of shot. It's going to come into shot now. There he goes. The black and blue BMW. That is not the second place Ferrari is going past. That's the Formula Racing. He was pushed wide there.
Oh, the number 60 car did not see him at all. And you got to...
Or didn't care.
Well, possibly. But I noticed that the 60 car, that Ferrari that Nicky Katzberg's trying to get by, he's got debris in the front of the car. He's got that polystyrene
He does. Now that's this lap of the race. Goes to Couven in the recovering DKR engineering car. After that drive-through, remember, for crossing the blend line at pit-in. He's back up to 3rd place. Yeah,
it's really starting. The pace is picking up now in the P2 class. Let's see what they can get down to. I think that the fastest that we saw yesterday was in the 48s, I believe, for the P2s. So, and then that Ianchan given us at 48.6 is very quick in race conditions.
Isn't he just an impressive, bearing in mind his first weekend of LMP2 action? Kevin Simpson has a little bit more P2 experience, but has been equally impressive.
Yes, he was extremely impressive yesterday.
Yeah, those top 3 cars, by the way, all under 150 last time around, including that fastest lap of the race from Couven.
Yeah, and Simpson is going to be recovering from that puncher that they had earlier on with John Fowle. So that's made up good time, and that's been good for them.
There's been very few clean runs today, you know. It's been, you know, little bits and pieces here.
Yeah, the safety car would have reset that for the 25 car, so they've got a little lucky there, but, you know, it's racing.
This is the battle for 2nd place in the LMP3 class. The 8, the 9, the 29. And it was 2 of those cars that battled for the lead at the end of the race yesterday. It went the way of the orange and black car that's now chasing the 2 French tricolour-coloured Graf Racing cars. Lead of the race still to DKR Engineering's Duquesne in the hands of Valentino Catalano. So it's the 1, 2, 3 in each class as Algarve Pro Racing pits for their latest regular pit stop. Cool Racing, Algarve Pro, DKR. DKR in the lead of LMP3 from Graf.
Just working their way through that pit stop.
Just needs a neat and tidy, contained pit stop. They can afford to burn that time pit stop here under the full course yellow, which surely is what everybody would be looking to do at this stage, if they've got them to burn.
So MV2S coming in the pit lane, is that, I believe?
Looked as if it was.
8, I think.
That's the 8. The 8 car is the one that was leading the race at that point, but hadn't stopped. So they're in the window, do not have to stop. But it's the light panel. Light panel on the car has gone on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Every twist and turn being fought for, and everybody's in their own fight. And with that late safety car, the fights in all classes are just so close for 2nd, 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, Monchiano did lose out with that P3 car. But the P3 car is now cleared Molina. But we're just seeing. Is that the leader?
This is the second place battle in LMP3,
right.
29 ahead of 8. And that will be the number 8 car wanting payback for what happened at this point in the race yesterday, which was the other way around. It was the 29 car with the excellent move up the inside to grab the win. This time it's going to be the 8 car, the Graf car, looking to put the move on the orange and black MV2S car.
These two cars have been like this for about the last 3 hours, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's pretty much.
Yeah, most of the season, I think we'll say.
Okay. But, but through all of the pit stops, through all of the safety cars, full course yellows, and they just seem to be glued to one another throughout the race.
I think the phrase hard fought might be appropriate in this case.
It's brilliant.
It's been a great run too for these cars. Again, the flashing of lights. He'll immediately pull over and let him by, of course.
That's
how it works.
Those are the rules.
It's only polite.
Yes.
Of course not. These two, I'm sure, will be delighted with whatever the result comes out of this. It's been a great battle. That, I think, is the United Autosports car going through. That car is a lap down. Looking to see where the gaps are coming down between cars here. The one that is still making the progress, James Allen, quicker that time around, but he's now 5 seconds back from Ben Hanley.
And Malte Jakobsen is just eating away at that little bit of gap between himself and James Allen. So I think that another couple of laps and he's going to be right on him.
That didn't help the LMP3 battle, or well, it did help the battle, it didn't help the 29. The United car just briefly held up the MV2S car. That's given the Xavier Oliveras in the Graf car just another little lever. This one is going to go onto the line by the look of things. And under 10 minutes. And
these two cars here are going to be battling it out for the championship now. I think that's pretty clear. Oh, he's just got a better run through. He's going to be off of the final corner. But that Graf car was definitely better across the apex there.
Again, it's the opposite from last night. It looks at this point as if the Graf car may just have the edge on pace. It's going to come down to racecraft and luck.
And maybe Graf have just switched around a little bit with their strategy and saved those tyres, good tyres for this last stint. And maybe MV2S haven't managed it quite so well. And with all these safety cars, full course yellows and other pieces, it's maybe just one other team, the Graf team have worked that strategy just that little bit better.
It's a matter of where does the TV director look next. Is it LMP2, where the gaps are not down to under a second, but could well be in the next 8.5 minutes? Who's to say that we're not going to get a podium position changing on the last lap again?
Yeah, I'd say Malte Jakobsen is 2.7 seconds back now on James Allen, and it's yo-yoing somewhat with the traffic loads as they're dealing with that around the track.
That is two cars, by the way. And that shot pulls out. Is there space there? No, there's not. The battle of the late breakers.
This is MV2S and the Graf car. They are really going at it.
Bit of a wiggle under power there. Didn't quite get it done. Lick of blue flame from the side exhaust.
But that just illustrates there, that last shot, how little they can see.
In he goes, side by side.
He's trying to go around the outside. Can he make it stick?
No, not there.
No, he's going to
tough it out. He's still there. If there was a spot there, they'd be saying still there, still there, still there. Now it's on the brakes. Now he makes the move. Graf go in to second position. That's a great move. That started 2 corners before.
Yep.
And he's done to the MV2S car what was done to him the night before. And
I expect the Graf car now to pull away, as long as his tyres are good and clean, and he can just then press on. The car has that Graf car has looked a better car than the MV2S over the last few laps.
And that difference in points could turn out to be crucial. Remember, all 3 of these classes battling not only for a championship, but for an invitation. Yeah, win does solve all sorts of ills, doesn't it? And they will take to the podium now after what was another great LMP3 battle. And I think he's right, by the way. That was very edgy indeed on fuel at the end. And Kendi Jean-Claude takes the podium correctly. And another, a 5th out of 5 different national anthems this season. I wonder if that is the first time that the Luxembourg national anthem has been played here in the Dubai Autodrome. But that is 5 different national anthems and the 5 class wins we've celebrated so far this season over the last 2 nights.
But DKR have had a brilliant run over many years in P3, and tonight they pulled off another great victory.
They did.
Got a little bit of work to do with them for their performance in the P2, but I'm sure that's going to come.
Yeah, and they're well in contention.
Yeah, they really are. And we saw from the points difference there in P2, there's only one single point in it. So there's plenty to play for as we go to the next 2 rounds in Yas Marina.
Great thing is we've got 5 or 6 cars in this championship fight, and all it needs is a little bit more luck, a little bit of bad luck one way or the other, and they could get turned on its head with 8 hours of racing still to come.
P3 is going to be just the same.
Exactly.
So it's going to be.
We know where the players are now, without a shadow of a doubt. So, great stuff. Don't necessarily get the airtime or the glory that sometimes P2 gets, but that was great racing nonetheless, and closely fought. DKR Engineering, Graf Racing and MV2S Racing, they would finish that race. 2.3 seconds was the final gap, first to second, with that the last 10 minutes.
You commented on that and how close it was.
Yeah.
It was just down to fuel saving.
There you go. There are the points. MV2S lead the way still. 40 points to the good from Graf Racing with 36. DKR there, no, back right into it. 7 points off the lead. Bit of a gap then to the defending champions from CD Sport, and 17 into Europol.